If you're doing cold outreach of any kind, whether that's cold calling, cold DM, cold email, you know that it can be an absolute grind. And you know how scary and how combative and how unnerving it can be if you don't have the right mindset. And I can remember whenever I first started making cold calls, cold outreach, it was absolutely painful. I didn't want to do it. I hid from it. The phone weighed 1,000,000 tons. You know, you've been there. So how do we get through the process and make it productive and effective and get you results? Hi, my name is Dwayne Huff, Selling with Influence, write your own ticket. And if you're going to make cold calls or do cold outreach, here's 3 things you should keep in mind that will make your life a whole lot easier and make that process much more enjoyable for not only you, but also your prospect. Number 1, don't commit to the outcome. Don't hold on to the outcome. Commit to the activity. Because here's the thing, even if you book an appointment, even if you make a sale, don't you have to make another call? And if you don't book the appointment and you don't make the sale, don't you have to make another call or another outreach? Yeah, so don't commit to the outcome. You can't control the outcome. You can't control people. You're not even looking to make people interested in your product, service, or solution. You're looking to find out who already is interested in achieving an outcome or moving away from pain. So commit to the activity, not the outcome. Number 2, if you have the ability to do research on your prospect before you reach out, do it so that you can tailor your message and it feels more personal. But even if you don't, realize here's all you're trying to establish in those conversations. Where are you? Where are you trying to be? What have you tried? What's getting in the way? And why does it even matter? What's going to be the payoff if you get there? And what's going to be the pain if you're not able to achieve that goal? So commit to that conversation frame, especially when you can't do the research you need, or even if you do. And then number 3, realize that you need a sale or you need a appointment, but you don't need this sale and you need that appointment. Here's the reality of the situation. In any given marketplace, you have 30% of the market who, no matter what you do and how good you are with your cold outreach, they're never going to buy. They're never going to set an appointment because they're simply not in market, and there's nothing you can do about it. There's going to be 3% of any given market at any given time who's going to be ready to buy. And if you stumble across them before your competitor does and you don't upset them and you do a good job, they're going to buy from you and you're not really even going to have to sell. They're just ready and you found them. But that 3% is what everybody is committed to trying to find. Here's your biggest opportunity. It's in the 67% who, if you engage them the right way in the conversation, ask the right questions in the framework that I just laid out, you're going to have success. But again, you got to let go of the outcome and you got to hold fast to the activity. Commit to a certain number of outreaches or calls before you even pick up the phone or make that outreach. I can remember not so long ago when I first started my company, I sent, I want to say it was 600 cold emails, and or actually it was emails and direct messages on LinkedIn, and I wasn't even offering anything of value. It was honestly, it was pretty much spam, and I don't advocate that. But that 600 person outreach turned into north of 60,000, I want to say close to $100,000 worth of business from 2 clients. So the numbers do work. Sales is a numbers game. Cold outreach is a numbers game until you get the reps in and it becomes more of a skills game. Listen, I hope this served and helped. I'd love to hear a comment below of how you approach cold outreach and how you keep your mindset right so that you can succeed, be productive. And if I can be of assistance, just drop a comment below, ask the question. I respond to them all. And until next time, remember, you can write your own ticket in sales. You just got to sell with influence.